Welcome back, guys, to our newly started series, which is previously asked code beta questions. And today we are going to solve coin distribution question. Just to remind you that this is not a coin change problem. You might have solved it in, when you were studying recursion and dynamic programming. This is not that sort of question. In that, you were asked how many ways are there possible if you want to reach a certain number n, and you have this and this and this coins. Okay, what this question is asking you is that you have to find minimum number of coins required to form any value between 1 to n. Okay, both inclusive, 1 and n are inclusive. Cumulative value of coins should not exceed n. Coin denominations are 1, 2 and 5 rupee coin. Okay, let's take an example. Suppose we have a number 30. Okay, now if I take two 1 rupee coins, three 2 rupee coins and one 5 rupee coin, then I can make all the possible values that are ranging from 1 to 30. Let's just randomly test out a few of them. Okay, suppose you want to make 10, then what we can do, we can use 1 5 and 2 2 and 1 1. That will make 1, right? And if we want to make 8, we can simply use 3 2 and 1 1, or 1 5 1 2 and 1 1. There are many ways possible. We can make 13. How? Because we can take 1 5 2 3, sorry, 3 twos and 2 ones, and that will, the summation of all those values will be equal to 13. Okay, now what does he mean by cumulative? There's another way possible to make all the values ranging from 1 to 30, and that is we can take two fives and we can only take 1 2. This will also help you in making all these possible values. Okay, let's just test it out again. Suppose we want to make 11, then we can take two fives and 1 1. That will be 11. If you want to make 8, then we can take 1 5 1 1 and 1 2. If you want to make 6, 1 5 1 1. If you want to make 9, 1 5 1 2 and 2 ones. Okay, so basically we can make all these values. But if I make some of these values, that is, uh, 2 1 rupee coin will be equal to 2, 1 2 rupee coin will be equal to 2, and 2 5 rupee coin will be equal to 10. Now the cumulative sum of all these values is 14. 10 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, and it has already been told to us that we can't, we can't exceed the cumulative value of all the coins. So we have to provide such a solution that the number of the value of coins, the cumulative value of coins, should not exceed the number that we have to form. Oh, I hope I am clear. Okay, we can't use this solution. Why? Because the summation of all these values, the cumulative value, will be equal to 14, and that is not acceptable. Okay, so if you want to see another example, then we have 13, which we have already seen. What is that? One 5 rupee coin, three 2 rupee coin and two 1 rupee coins. Minimum number of 5 rupee coins. Okay, so basically we have to find minimum number of coins. Okay, so now before moving on to the coding part, let's see how we are going to take an approach at this question. Now suppose we want to make a number 1. Okay, then I only need a single coin of 1 rupee coin. Okay, if you want to make 2, then I have two ways possible. Either I can take 1 and 1, or I can take 2 directly. Okay, if I want to make 3, then again I can take 1 and 2, or 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, but according to the question, I think they might have said something accordingly. What is our job? Find the minimum number of coins. Okay, so our job is to find minimum number of coins. So what we will do is, instead of taking 1 1 and 1, we'll take 1 and 2. We'll prioritize this over this solution because we want to find minimum number of coins. Okay, what he means by minimum number of coins is because is basically when you want to make 3, you have two options, 1 and 2, and you have other option 1 1 and 1. These are three number of coins, and these are only two number of coins, so we will prioritize 1 and 2, 1 2 over 1 1 1. Okay, now suppose you want to make 4. This is the part from where things get a little bit interested. Suppose you want to make 4, then what you can do, we won't choose 1 1 and 1. Okay, this is basically the least priority one. We can take 2 and 2, but if we take 2 2, we won't be able to make 3, since when I'm saying 4, I mean all the values ranging from 1 to 4. We can't make 3, so I need 1 1 and 2. Okay, if I want to make 5, then can I directly take 5? No, I can't, because again need to make 1 and all those values. So what I can do is, since I need to make all the values between 1 to 5, I can choose 1 1 and 2 2. Because if I want to make 1, yes, I have an option. If I want to make 2, I have an option. If I want to make 3, I can sum both of these. If I want to make 4, I can sum 2 and 2. Okay, now what about 6? We want to find out that after how many coins, you know, after how many coins can we, easily use, casually use a 5 rupee coin. Because even at 6, we can't use a 5 rupee coin. Since I'm using 5 rupee coin, I am actually, you know, removing my chances of using other coins by a lot. When I'm saying 5, I can't, suppose if I want to choose 5 at 1, 5, 1 and 2, I think with the help of this I can make all the possible values, but I won't be using this because the sum of the sum of all these values will definitely exceed 6. So after what number of coins can I casually use 5 such that my cumulative value will not get exceeded? So let us check, at 8. Will it be possible at 8? At 8, suppose I take a 5 rupee coin and I take a 2 rupee coin, and I take a 1 rupee coin. This is the these are the with the sum of these values, I won't be exceeding the n. Okay, so with the help of 1 and 2, I can make 3, but I can't make 4. Okay, I can't make 4 with this. So at 5, I can't use 5 freely. What about 9? Let's see. When I come to 9, okay, at 8 we had a problem in making 4. Okay, but now when I come to 9, if I choose a 5, okay, if I choose a 5 and if I take a 2 and a 1 and a 1, okay, with the help of 2 1 1 2 1 and 1, I can make 4. Okay, and with the help of 1 and 2, I can make 3. With the help of 1, I can make 1. With the help of 2, I can make 2. So after that, since I am easily able to make the values 1 2 3 and 4, after that I have option, I have an option that I can now use 5. Okay, why? Because the only problem that we kept on facing while using 5 was that if we are only using 5, we won't be able to, make all the values that are less than 5. With the help of 5, we can only make multiples of 5, but we need values which might be, not a multiple of 5. So for that, what we need to do is we need to test out a little cases. We can't make 9, sorry, we can make 9. With the help of 9, we can easily make, we can easily make 9 with the help of 5, but we can't make that for 8. And the reason is very simple. For 8, if we were using 5, then we were not able to make 4. But as soon as we came to 5, 9 minus 4 5 is equal to 4. So to make that 4, 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. So basically, to make that 4, I have freedom. I have an option that I can choose. I can use 1 1 and 2. Okay, I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. What I basically mean is, when we will encounter a large number, since the constraint says that n will range from 0 to 1000 or 1 to 1000, whatever that is. Okay, so we won't, we don't need to calculate all the possible ways, or we need to first check if 5 is dividing or not, if 1 is dividing or not. What if we are trying to find is an optimal solution, an order 1 solution. Okay, that's what we are aiming for. And for that, we actually have to look up, you know a number of inputs, and we have to form a pattern. So from here, what I see is, if I want to include my 5 as an answer, then I must have, if I want to include my 5 as an answer, then the number must have a difference of 4 with 5. Okay, and since when we go to a large number, I want to say, basically this is 9 modulus 5. Okay, and 9 modulus 5 will be equal to 4, right? And when I say 5 for large number, I'll mean, multiple of 5. So this property should satisfy for any n. When I modulo it with 5 into multiple, it should give me 4, or or greater. It doesn't matter to me, or which I won't actually get, or greater. Okay, so this is a condition which will determine how many 5 I can use freely. Okay, suppose I want, I have a number like 33. Okay, so can I use 6 times 5 here? I mean, can I use 6 coins of 5 value? I can't, because if I use that, my value will be equal to 32, 30, sorry. And if I subtract that 33 minus 30, then what I will get is basically 3. And I've already determined that I at least need a value 4. So what I want is, I can only use 5 coins. 5 into 5 will be equal to 25, and 33 minus 25 will give me 8. I can easily make, and now this 8, I only need to do calculations to make this 8 from, I can make this with 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, basically with the help of 1 and 2. So this is going to be my approach. If I put my 33 here and I take modulo 5 into some multiple, suppose I take 6, okay, then I will get a remainder which is 33 modulus 30, which will be 3. But instead of that, if I take 5, I'll get it 25, sorry, that will be 25, and 33 mod 25 will give me 8, which means yes, I can use only 5 number of coins. Okay, so my condition here will be like this. I want to calculate how many fives I'm going to use, so I'll use 5. Suppose it is n, so n minus 4, I'll simply subtract 4, and after that I'll divide it with 5, and whatever the value is, I'll just typecast it. Sorry, I'll just typecast it. Now what will happen is, suppose I had to make 33, as we have already seen, I want to make 33. So 33 minus 4 will give me 29. Now 29 divided by 5 will give me 5 points, sorry, 5 point, I don't know, maybe 8, whatever it is. Okay, 5.8 maybe. So after that, I'll typecast it into int. It will lose all its point values, and I'll get my answer 5. Okay, you can just test it for anything, for any value, and our answer will succeed. Since we only want the difference for the number should be, I've already said it before that we only want the number, the difference between the number and uh, the multiple of 5, it should be greater than 4. So what we have decided is, we will simply subtract that 4 with our number, and after that we'll divide it with 5. Okay, now we have successfully calculated how many 5 we'll be having. Now I need to calculate how many ones we'll be having. So for one, the trick is very simple. We just need to find that if a number, after we have divided it with the number of 5 we have. So if that number is odd, then we'll only use 1. If that number is even, we'll use 2. I'll show you again. 33 minus 25 will give me 8. Since this number is even, I need 2 ones. Why? The thing is, I at least need a single one every time, because we want to make an odd number. So it is predetermined that we need at least one number. Okay, but why I'm saying I am using two ones, because we are prioritizing two ones over 1 2. We had only two options. Since we want to make 8, let's get it simple. Since we want to make 8, what were the options? We can use 2 2 2 and 2, or we can't use that, or we can use just simply 2, sorry, 2 2 and 2, and 1 and 1. Okay, but if it was 7, then what we should have done, we could have easily removed a single one. With the help of these, we can make all the values: 2 and 2 4, 2 and 1 3, 2 2 1 5. Okay, so this is a simple logic. If the number is even, we'll take two ones, because we can't take zero ones. We at least need a single one every time. And if the number is odd, yes, we only need a single one. Okay, so I'll calculate how what is the value left. Okay, so left value would be equal to uh, you know n minus 5 into 5. This will be my value that will be left. And if this value which is left, if this is a mod, sorry, if this is divisible by 2, then the number of 1 should be equal to 2. Otherwise, the number of 1 should be equal to 1. Now we have how many ones we require. We also have how many 2 we require. Sorry, how many 5 we require. Okay. Now let's solve how many values we require. Like how many 2's we require. Sorry for the confusion. Okay. So basically calculating 2 is the most easiest part. What we'll be doing is we'll subtract the sum that we have till now, and we'll just more divide it with 2, and we'll get our answer. Okay, let's see. Now I'll just subtract my left value with 1. Okay, how many, sorry, 1 into 1. Actually it doesn't even need that. Left minus 1, because now I know how many, how many values we have left. Let's just take an example for better understanding. 33 minus 25, that will be give me 8. After we have determined that 8 is, it's a even number, we will subtract 2. We After that we only have a value 6. So what we need to do is the number of 2 should be equal to the left value and floor division with 2. Okay, this will be the number of 2, and our sum will be equal to 1 plus 2 plus 5. You basically how many coins we are using. And now we'll just print. This question was really simple, but the only thing that we had to do was we have to find a pattern. Sorry, s is already a keyword here in Python. So we just print s, and after that 1, sorry, we have to first print 5 and then 2 and then 1. By the way, I forgot the most important, that was to take an input. Okay, anything left? Let's try to execute this. Okay, so do we have any test cases? I forgot. For 13, the answer should be 6132. 13, 7142. I am getting a slightly incorrect answer, and that is because of this. Where did that line went? Oh, sorry. I actually, I'm sorry. I I didn't subtract the value of 1 here. I think I did, but I didn't. Quite strange. Left equals to left minus 1. Okay, now let's try to execute our same code. 13, 6132. Perfect. Anything else? Uh, let's just derive our, make our own test cases for this. What if the case is 33? We need to use 10 coins, 5 rupee coins, as I said before, 25. After that, 3 2 rupee coins and 2 1 rupee coins. Great. Now if you want to test, we can easily test out this even for 1,000, and there won't be any issue of TLE. Why? Because this we have actually approached this with order 1. That's pretty darn interesting and exciting. Okay, so we can make 1,000 with 202 coins. Okay, so basically this was our code for coin distribution. I hope you have understood this. Was pretty simple. We only had to find some sort of pattern. Only we have to determine after, how many values we can freely use 5. And once we did this question was a piece of cake. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.